Dreams are weird, man. Just had a real crazy one. I was back at the camp. So, I'm back at the camp where we were last week. And I was trying to get together like teenagers. And for some reason, a few of them had superpowers. Yeah, weird, I don't know. And for example, one of them had the power to control people. More on that later. A few of them had Japanese names. But I tried to gather people, so I get a group together and we all go down to the beach and have a little fireplace. I sit around to chat. And after that, we head upwards back towards like the main camp. And then realize that this is all a dream or something. I don't know. Before that, there's a dance. That's when I realized it was a dream. There's a dance, like a finishing dance for the whole thing. Anyone could take part, and me and my mum take part. And you go one by one. The guys choose the dance, and it's hilarious. The first pair is this guy dressed up as Bugs Bunny, like a huge cartoony costume of Bugs Bunny, goes up and take my palm, I see. No, not my hand, my tooth. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I'm not sure if it was take my paw or something else, but something to that effect, like a slang for his paw. And then the girl just takes a hold of his tooth, these big white teeth. They dance, and then me and my mum dance. We were actually supposed to be after a few people, but at this point I realized it was a dream, so things were speeding up because it was falling apart around me. So I just took my mom for a dance. It's quite a nice dance, just like tango kind of thing. I think that's what a tango is like. Long arm, and then just twirling around. No, nice dance. After that, considering at this point I realized it was a dream, I was starting to make a Dreams Aware Man video in the dream. So I went to those girls from earlier with superpowers, which was like 5 girls, sat down with them, 3 opposite to me and me between 2, and started talking like, hey, so I know this is a dream, and I won't remember your names, so can you tell me them? And they tell me their names, and I'm like, oh shit right now, because, oh yeah, I don't actually remember them. But I know that the girl to my right had the power to control people. And I was like, what can you do to me? She just looks at me with intense eyes, like putting one hand to her head. Nothing happens for like 2 seconds, and then I stand up on the table. It's so freaky because my muscles are doing things without me commanding them, and that's really weird. Continue walking, come to like a girl that's as like trying to jump off a cliff into water. She has a hard time doing it. We encourage her. She jumps, and I walk over to this cliff thing, which has a fence, by the way, which is where she jumped over the fence into the water. She had flown over, landed in water, which is like 25 meters out, and right in front of a house. And it was like, I don't know, like max 1 meter deep water, and then it was sludge, and she would cartoonishly buried into this sludge on her back. And so it tries to get up. It's having a hard time. I started climbing fast, and then she actually gets up over the water. I'm like, try to go and get you. Then we cut our fate or whatever to a boat where events going on, and one of those events is showing people off in like a large spinning thing, completely free of charge. You know, get to do things. And that really didn't really go anywhere. But then there was something more. I don't remember what they were doing. I think they were like showing why you shouldn't do something on this ship we're on, and hilarious detail. They were cleaning up the ship for some reason, and they were using like tiny little robots, which looked like monkeys, like tiny monkey heads. You clicked on them, extended out with like two long arms, and then spun, going around the ship. And then you had to pull a string. Like, it looked like an old McDonald's toy. And that's how you restarted them. So they could continue scrubbing the floor. It was so stupid. But yeah, the captain himself doesn't actually go around collecting, to try and collect someone. Instead, his kid is just like a 6-year-old kid who goes to get people, get someone. She's looking for another kid, and she like tugs my at me because I'm standing up for whatever reason, and I'm already 18. I'm afraid. She continues to get like a little boy or whatever. A few almonds for some reason. And in the meantime, I'm like thinking, wait, does this count as extortion? But whatever. She takes him away. I go past with entrances to where there's a dog, like a ship dog, then jump out the window onto the docks. I come up behind, and here's where the dream ends in the most bizarre of things. So there's a guy on the ship, and then there's the captain on like the side of the ship, and they're like talking. What would happen if the thief of the ship's dog hadn't been caught? Yeah. Thankfully, the police here are actually competent, and then you get to just cut to a image of a police station sign falling together, and they're laughing, and then the guy on the ship gets knocked over, revealing that the captain is a seal, and then it's like, why does no one accept me, or something like that. No one accepts I'm a seal. Why do I always turn into seal? Something to that effect. Then he fades into a mist. I was like, and a mist. He flows up, turns into the sun, then turns into a sun ray. And it's just his face in the sun and the sun ray and the mist. And there I just started opening my eyes like, what the fuck did I just dream? But yeah, dreams are weird. I'm gonna return to them now because they're surreal as heck.